So, Tymon Kolasinski is my #1 cuber, and I was really excited when he had a potential to get world record in comp, but failed. And I was really excited to get to break down this world record average because his solutions are just so genius. And I mean these solves, they are genius. So this video took a long time to make. That's why it's a bit late considering the time he got this average. But without any further ado, let's just get right into it. This is the first solve, and different from before, I'm actually putting these 5 solves together. Before, when I break down an average, I usually put them into 5 separate videos. I think some people might find it annoying, so I'm just putting these 5 solves all into one video. So, what he's going to do here is x, y2, and from this angle, he's going to solve a white double x cross. So let's see how that's done. His cross pieces are here, here, and here. So now you can see there's a block right here with this corner, which will go with this edge. That is the first pair we want to solve. The second pair is also these two. You'll see how we solve the edge in the final part of the double x cross. We will solve this corner. So first we want to solve a block with this little block right here and this egg, and that can be done like this. And you'll notice it also solves this corner along with this edge, and it also aligns this edge along with the center. So when you insert this edge into place, you can also insert this edge. And instead of inserting with an L prime, he actually inserted with a white R prime, so that he has the cross on the bottom. So now you'll notice all we need to do right now is to solve this edge and solve this block, and we'll complete the double x cross because this edge is now solved, and so is this block. So how we'll do that is by doing D and solving this edge and solving this block at the same time. Since this edge needs an L, but this block needs an L2 to be solved, we can actually align this edge to here. That takes us out, but we can, after we join this, we can actually reinsert this edge back to here. And now we have these two solved. And technically from this angle, if he actually predicted this third pair from inspection, he would have just done a DU prime at the same time. But generally, if he did not predict the third pair, it's better to do Tymon solution, which he did a YU, to put the two solved back pairs into the back. But unfortunately, he did not spot this pair, so he just rotated and solved. But he did spot these two, so he canceled into them. Very nice. And now we just have OLL. Actually, from here, you can predict PLL. So this is the quick walkthrough. So this edge will go here, which will go here, which will go here, and the corners and this edge will not move. So we have a block right here, this edge will go here, which will make another block. So we have this whole block right here, and you can see it's going to be opposite CP, which means that we'll have a V perm at the end. And by how Tymon does his V perms, we'll do a U, do the alg. I don't use this alg, but I'm decently fast at it, and then do U. So that was the first solve. Let me go through that one more time. That may be a bit hard to follow. I tried it. I tried to make it as easy to follow as I can. But here's the block and these two edges, and finally the last two FTL pieces. He did wide U for good measure, but unfortunately he did not spot this pair, but did spot these two. Wait, hang on. Wait, what? Sorry, I think there's a mistake. Yeah, there you go. So he canceled into these two. I'm sorry for that. OLL followed by PLL. And there you go. So that was the first solve. And now we'll break down the second solve. The second solve was a 504. And unfortunately, it's not so 5 because he did a ZVL but locked up on it. And this solve is actually even more efficient than the solve previously. So let's just get straight into it. So X, Y2, and he's going to basically do a yellow X cross and preserving a free pair. So his cross pieces are here, 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 and one back here. So what he's gonna do is you have a block right here on yellow, and it can be together with this edge, and its corresponding edge is this one, which he'll insert along with these two final cross edges, and he's also gonna preserve this pair along the way. So how he's gonna do that is to solve this block and this edge using R prime, U prime, R. Now you can see it's a block at the back. And now you can just insert these two using wide R, U prime. You notice that puts this pair at the back, and also you can solve this cross edge along with this edge. And now he can do a wide U prime so that he can insert this edge. This pair without rotations. He can do RU to R prime, but this solution is also fine. So now he does a keyhole with this corner and this edge back there. He can insert this edge into the back and now have this pseudo pair, which is not bad. But the keyhole is also pretty nice. So you can do D and then insert this edge with YD and then the normal insertion. And now, he actually did a wide U prime so that he can insert these two without any rotations, like that. And now he has this ZBL, which you recognize very quickly. I personally don't know a lot of LZBL. I know full U, but not a lot of T and not a lot of L. But this is just very easy. It's just an OLL into another OLL. But he kind of he locked up on this kind of like that, and then just did this soon. And now that was ZBL. He kind of locked up in the middle. So let's just go through that solve one more time. It was very, very efficient. So X, Y2, block in the back. Sorry for coughing in the background. These two cross edges and this edge. Y2 prime and this free pair that he preserved. Keyhole. Y2 prime again. Into this pair. Followed by a bit of block up in the CBLL. So, yep, that was the 504. And next I'll break down the third solve, which is the fastest, and it's a 464. This third solve is also pretty good. It has pretty fast TPS, since the solution is not that efficient as the second solve, but it's still pretty efficient enough. It was a 16.85 eTPS, very, very impressive. So, okay, X prime, Y prime, and he basically does a green cross plus 1, cross into he preserved the free pair. The free pair is going to preserve is these two, and his cross pieces are here, here. These are relatively solved, and here, and here. So I personally think that this X cross plus 1 solution could have been better with fewer moves, but I'll just show my solution later. So what he's gonna do is insert this edge into here using wide R U prime, wide R prime. I think it's better in cross to use like these wide moves for execution. And now he has this corner here and this edge here. This edge here. In order to insert this this edge into its spot, you can do a U2 before that, and you get a pair. But in inspection, I did not notice this pair, but I noticed these two, and I just noticed that in inspection, you can just simply do an R, and these will be a free pair as well. But it doesn't matter. Mine is fewer moves, but it really doesn't matter that much during real solves. So now. He finished the cross and a free pair. Notice that he does a wide U so that he can insert this pair into the back. You'll notice that a lot during Tymon solves. Last solve, he also used this technique. It's very helpful. Now he has this pair, which he rotates and did normally. And now he noticed these two. Pair that up, insert it. Now this pair, very normal OLL. You can notice that there will be a block in the OLL, and because of this block and this block, they'll just go together. You can see right here. And now he has a pretty nice OLL followed by a U-prime. Sorry, he did not do that ALG. He did this. Yeah, he did this. Sorry. So, let's go through that solution one more time. X prime, Y prime, and he has this cross edge, which he inserts, and then these two. Sorry, he did a wide U. Remember to insert that pair without any rotations. He has this free pair. I mean, sorry, not free pairs. Normal F2L pair. And these two. Followed by this very normal F2L, but a pretty lucky last layer. So, yeah, that was the third solve, and the next solve will be a 6-9-2. He kind of locked up on this one, but let's see how he did. This wood solve is a 6-19, and Tymon locked up profusely in this solve, and it did not become sub 6, but if he did not lock up, and the solution was very efficient, it was, and if he did not lock up, he would have gotten a sub 6 and a world record average, but unfortunately this is a world record average fail, as it said in the video title. Very sad, but let's see what he did in this scramble. So, Z2, he's gonna solve a white X cross. His cross pieces are here, 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 and one at the back. And he can solve these two quite nicely together, and he's gonna deal with this block in this edge with a wide U prime. I'm sure he predicted this all inspection, but he still hesitated a little bit. I think it's a lockup, and then he aligned this edge with center. Now you can solve this block with L2 into this slot, so he does an L to make sure that this edge can also be solved along with this block with an L2, and he has an X cross. Now his second pair is these two. He could have canceled, but it does not matter that much, and I think if you're very advanced, you can see that it's a pretty good multi-slotting solution. You can just solve this pair normally, and you'll get a free pair, which he rotates and did. And now this was the tragic bait, the OLL. You can see in the video that he locked up a lot, so he was going pretty well into this OLL, but then he hesitated a little bit, and then went again. Now, Tymon is still Tymon. He is God. So he actually predicted the PLL when he got the OLL. So he just canceled into the B perm. He uses this out. I don't use it. I could not be very fast at it, but I just demonstrated the out for you. It was crazy how he can predict PLL in a real solve. I mean, Asher can using goal and goal techniques, but it's still very, very impressive. So Z2, first 3 cross edges, and now a very, very neat cross solution, X cross solution. Second pair, pretty nice multi-slotting right here. And, Jesus Christ. Whenever I do this, it makes my heart bleed. This is very painful. That OLL. It's still 6-19. Pretty decent solve for him, but it could have been world record. So, yeah. Next solve will be a 609. Without any further ado, let's just break down the scramble. Okay. So, he does a white cross, which I think he predicted 2 pairs in inspection. So Y, and you can see the white cross is yellow cross is pretty easy. His cross pieces are here, 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 and here. And now you can insert these 2 with the 3 moves, and insert that with also just U2 R2, which also takes out this free pair stuck in the slot, which is pretty nice. But how Tymon is God is because he noticed this pair instruction, and instead of doing this, doing the simple 3 move to solve this pair, like any mortal would do, he did this, which sets up this pair. Well, I mean, Tymon does make mistakes sometimes, which is why he rotated to here instead of in the back. Now this solve would have been amazing, but he rotated to the front, which gives him less room for look ahead. But as I said, Tymon is God. He can basically look ahead whenever he wants. So he quickly spotted that pair in the back, and now he has this pair. Now, Tymon does use an ALG to force edges in this case, like that. I just showed you, but he did not use that. Instead, he went into this OLL, which is done like this, and he got a G-perm. So very standard, a bit unfortunate last layer. So let's just do this solve one more time. Y, pretty nice cross solution into a free pair, but he is not immortal. He did this godly solution, but rotated to the front, but it's good anyways, since he can spot the last 2 pairs pretty easily, and then all followed by a G-perm. So that was a speed run, not as fast as Tymon did it, of course, a 609, and this is a epic rule breaker fail, 543 average, and sorry for the delay in this video. This video took a lot of hard work, and I'll see you in the next video.